Grand blessings, everybody. I hope that everybody is doing amazing on today. I'm again at the park. I just finished meditating not too long ago, trying to find my focus and calm my body. Just did a 20-minute meditation um, wherein I just kind of wanted to listen to what my body was saying to me. And I'm grateful that I did it. I wanted to get on and talk about how we are or how we can be in agreement with pain. You know, if you've ever took sessions with me or if you watch a few of my videos, I will make mention of how we are in agreement with pain and not know it, whether that is, subconsciously, or unconsciously. We are in agreement with pain, and I know sometimes that type of conversation can be difficult, especially when that type of verbiage is foreign to us, because it's almost this idea of how can I be in agreement with pain, and the reality is that we get hurt, we get wounded emotionally, and from just a human place, we tend to want to bury, we tend to want to push down the feelings and the memory, and sometimes we're not taught you know, how to manage our negative emotions. And so then we start to move in a space where even though we have moved away from that situation or whatever we feel caused that negative emotion, we think that it's gone. But the reality is, if you didn't ever deal with the negative emotions or deal with the pain, then technically it is still with you, it's still in your body, even though you're no longer in that situation or in that relationship or whatever it is. And so you move along, and anger starts to build up, resentment starts to build up, bitterness starts to build up, and for many, you know, for the most part, we're doing this in unaware, and so we're kind of moving and doing life and not being present to what is really happening to us emotionally. And so as we go and we don't filter, we're every day we're moving in agreement with it. We're moving in agreement with the negative emotions. We're moving in agreement with the anger and the bitterness. And until you get to a place where you can no longer suppress it, or you start to feel depressed, you don't realize that there's something wrong. And as I teach people and as I come in contact with people and I hold conversations, it does come up that we are in agreement with these negative emotions, and not that you meant to be in agreement with them. It's just you never filtered them. You never went to a therapist, or you never expressed like what you were feeling, and so now it's starting to show up and it's starting to come out, or you're starting to feel a certain way. You feel drained. You don't want to do certain things, and that is because those negative emotions are starting to weigh you down. And so we are indirectly in agreement with it. We're in agreement with holding on to it. We're in agreement with not wanting to let it go or release it, because we've lived in that state for so long. And I said in another video that a lot of times, we want to be justified in the anger, and so we hold on to it. We want to be justified in the resentment, so that we can keep like blaming and having certain expectations that sometimes, may not necessarily be healthy expectations. And so we're still waiting on certain things. So I'm going to hold on to it because I'm waiting for that person to say sorry. I'm waiting for that person to apologize. So we're in agreement with the pain. I am in no way trying to articulate that something that you're doing something intentionally, but it is this concept of starting to be aware of where we are emotionally, starting to be aware of the things that we might be holding on to, the emotions that we might be holding on to that are not apropos for our existence, and also developing the concept of filtering and starting to get down to what the real issue is, because the anger, the bitterness, the resentment, the hate, I've said this before, it's all a part of those are the symptoms. It is not the root cause. And so the things that we are, we're in agreement with, we have to start to kind of pull back the layers to kind of see why it exists. And I'm not saying whether it is a right or a wrong thing, versus saying that it's unhealthy. Do you want to be unhealthy or healthy emotionally? And so I just kind of wanted to drop these little nuggets on you. And until next time, talk to you later. Bye-bye.